it Gall, but we've been definitely corrected on that. It is Gol, Sri Lanka, and what an adventure we have been on, guys. My water bottle, which is I'm just going to mention Embrace Today water bottle, has water from Kuala Lumpur, from Alaska, and from Sri Lanka.
And from Sydney.
Not Alaska, from Australia.
Oh,
I said,
okay, yes. Way back.
I'm a little tired. Yeah, so Australian water from Malaysia, and water from Sri Lanka, all mixed together, and it's pretty tasty. It's good. The water in Malaysia and Kuala Lumpur was a little bit earthy, something. Yeah, I don't know. Not
it did
great.
go through a filter, there was like a filter.
It was
station.
safe.
Yeah, safe
just
water.
Didn't taste very good. Yeah.
You always got to be careful with the water when you go countries you're not sure about, because that's like the number one cause of stomach sicknesses is bad water. So watch out for your drinking water. Watch out for water that's washed your lettuce salad or that's washed your fruit.
Yeah, we had like
ice in your Coke.
We ordered some dinner tonight, and it had tomatoes in it. And I was like, I'm just gonna chance it because I wanted some tomatoes.
Oh, really?
The tomato corn.
Oh yeah, it did.
So I hope they wash those with clean water. Anyway, we're not sick, so
we're good so far.
Sometimes you got to live on the edge, So anyway, we are finally. Last time we talked to you, we were still on board the Carnival Luminosa, and
a lot has happened since then, guys.
We're
not on a cruise ship anymore.
A lot has happened to us since then, for sure. But the good news is we have a strong internet connection. Apparently, the internet connection on those lives when we were on the ship were a little bit bumpy. Apologize for that, but it is part of cruise life, right? You just don't. You're in the middle of the ocean. You can't really complain about internet too much. I'm going to move this back a little bit. Amazingly, we are kind of going off without a hitch here. We haven't had any major technical difficulties, unless they can't hear us and they're just not telling us. I'm not sure. That could be the case. But today we are going to talk about some cruise, some current event cruise news stuff, like the NCL, the Norwegian Cruise Line. Did I get that?
Yeah.
I just want to, really quick, as a side note, and I'll get on topic here in a second. For Emily and I, it's
it's really late. It's 8:30 p.m.
8:30 at night, but
we've been going to bed as soon as we get so tired.
We've been going to bed.
Our time zone changing has just been a little bit. Yeah.
We're on the other side of the world, and we were in the transition from the cruise ship that was such a long journey, a 3-week journey. It wasn't too bad, but then we went from Australia time to Sri Lanka time, and that's not going that smooth. I mean, it's okay, but we're getting up at 5 a.m. Going to bed at 9, getting up at 5.
It was a 5-hour difference from Sydney to Sri Lanka.
Big leap.
5.5 hours, actually, because Sri Lanka and India, for those of you that don't know, I think they might be the only countries that do this. They are a half hour off from time zones. So they're not a full, everywhere else is just whatever on the hour. But Sri Lanka and India, they go an extra half hour off. So it was a 5.5 hour difference, and it's been affecting us a little bit.
It has. So I'm tired, so I might flub my words a little bit. I guess, and before we get into the cruise stuff, and we'll make this quick, but of course you guys come here for good cruise content, and we love talking about cruising, but we are experiencing crazy things right now. And like I say, it's dark outside for us. For you guys, it's probably like bright morning sunshine, which is kind of fun. Yeah. But we obviously got off of our cruise from Seattle to Australia last week, and spent 5 days in Australia, and we had a blast in Australia. If you guys haven't been there and you ever get the chance, it's a long journey to get there, but once you get there, it's worth it.
Yeah.
It's all about the kangaroos.
It's all about the kangaroos, yeah.
It's all about the kangaroos.
Sydney, and specifically, that's where we went in Australia. And I'm sure all of Australia is great, but Sydney was just a really great city. I don't love cities. I know some people just are all about the big cities and the energy and the people and everything. And I'm not a huge fan. I'll go, but it's not the highlight. I like the kangaroos. But Sydney had good energy. It
really did.
And lots of traffic too, by the way. And on the wrong side of the road.
It was wild. Driving was wild. Driving is wild here in Sri Lanka. So we had a blast in Sydney.
I'm glad I have a good driver.
uh, and the driving is part of the adventure. But man, yeah, I could go on about the driving for sure. But just briefly, we got to Sri Lanka 3 days ago.
I think it was 3 days ago.
3 days ago. And we're experiencing Sri Lankan life. We're going from like the Aussie thing to Sri Lanka lifestyle, which is very different. Food, very, very different. The culture is very different. The religion here is more diverse, is different. We hear we don't know quite what religion it's coming from, but just like I'm sure not randomly, but randomly to us, we hear like chanting, people on a loudspeaker just doing chants that are actually really pretty beautiful. But they're loud, and they could happen at 3 o'clock in the morning. They could happen at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. They happen at all hours. And it's a very interesting thing because in America, you don't hear prayer chants echoing through the air. And you do in Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things in Sri Lanka that you don't experience back home in the States. And that's why travel's so awesome. But it's intense, and we're going from culture to culture. So here we are. Thanks for listening to my little side note there. Let's get into some cruise stuff.
Actually, before we get to the cruise show,
you want to talk about your
because I promised everybody that I was going to test these things out. So I've got these very stylish bracelets on. They kind of look like sports bands, like I've been working out, but that is not the case.
You've been working out.
Okay, well I do some exercises, but these are acupressure bands. And I actually tried them on the cruise ship and didn't really notice anything. So I was kind of like, whatever. But if you've joined our chats before, oh, hey, Curtis family.
The Curtis family. We haven't seen you guys for a while, it feels like. Yeah. Welcome.
Yeah, welcome. Yeah. Glad we got some of our regulars coming. So I've tried these, and I've mentioned before in lives that I get land sickness really badly. So if you're not sure what that is, some people talk about getting seasickness where they're affected by the waves and stuff. But for me, and for a lot of other people actually, that happens when I get off the ship and I get like this weird vertigo thing. And ever since we've been cruising, I've gotten it every single time. And it'll go on for days, like weeks even. Yeah. Where I'll just suddenly be somewhere and just feel like, whoa, like I'm back on the ship, like the whole world's tilting. So anyways, I thought I'm going to try these acupressure bands once we get off the ship. I'm going to see if they do any good. And I was honestly pretty skeptical. I didn't think they'd work at all. And I have not had land sickness this time. It's the first time. So, I mean, maybe a little bit, and I haven't been wearing them constantly. But the thing is, you're supposed to put them two finger widths below the crease in your wrist. And then you press this little button here, and you can hold it for up to 2 minutes. And that's supposed to trigger that acupressure point.
The pressure point, yeah.
And it's been working really good. Whenever I feel a little bit woozy, I just push that. And so I can recommend these, and I think Joe got a link in the description. So if that's something that has affected you and you want to try a non-medical intervention here, give these a try.
Yeah, so, absolutely. Yeah. I have to say, I don't usually get the land legs. Emily gets land legs like even on land sickness on like a 5-day cruise. Yeah. But I usually don't get it. When we did a 3-week cruise, so it's a big difference. But I did get it in Australia when we were. I hope I don't bore people here, but in Australia we got off the ship, and the first night we were in Australia, we took this adventure. We had a rented car, and we ended up in the Blue Mountains, and we were going through the Blue Mountains. Emily didn't tell me this, and maybe you didn't know, but to get to this campground we needed to get to, and I'll tell you why in a second. It's in the Blue Mountains, so you're literally in the mountains, and we had a car that did not have 4-wheel drive, and we're going up and down these huge hills, and all of a sudden the pavement stops. It's just gravel roads, and a big sign comes up that says 4-wheel drive vehicles only. And we really wanted to go see this thing in Australia. We've been talking about it for months. And so we went ahead, and I was like, let's go for it, and the road was super narrow. Like turning around wasn't going to happen at that point. So it was long story short, we did make it, but it was a bumpy ride. It was really intense, like 4-wheel, huge potholes, huge bumps in the road, moguls, these big divots that you had to get over. It was crazy. So we make it down to the bottom of this hill to this campground, and that drive was like, it was like probably 20 minutes of that craziness.
Yeah.
And in that campground, we had to take like I think it was a 1.3 kilometer walk through the woods, and this was in the dark, specifically because we found out that they have these. They're kind of like fireflies, except they're worms. You have to go at night. They're only in very select locations, and it's not like it's easy access. No. You got to drive.
This was advertised as the easiest access,
and it was super not
yeah.
easy access.
The other option that was really popular was like it was like an 8-kilometer hike into the Blue Mountains.
Yeah,
which you want to arrive at dark, so you're doing it in the dusk.
Yeah. So we just arrived in Australia, land of snakes and spiders and everything else.
Who knows what else? Giant lizards.
We 4-wheel drive in the mountains in a not 4-wheel drive car to this campground. We get out, it's dark, and we walk through the woods to I don't know if you call it woods, the outback. I don't know.
It was a bushwalk. I mean,
it was literally it was a bushwalk at night. And then as you walk and we finally find this location, all of a sudden you look around, it's like dark out, and all of a sudden there's like fireflies, except they're not blinking in and out. All of a sudden you start to see all around you these green glowing lights. And it's just surreal. It's just freaking surreal. It was crazy. And they're actually worms that just hang from these rocks, and like kind of, they're not like deep caves, but like little insets in the hills.
Like a cliff overhang.
It's like a cliff overhang. And there was a waterfall right at the end of this path. So you've got the sound of the waterfall. It's night, and you're just surrounded by these glowing green lights that look like fairies from a fairy tale. It was just surreal. It was insane. But on that walk, what got me on this whole story was I experienced land sickness. We had just gotten off the ship, and when we were doing that 1.3 kilometers, I was kind of all over the place.
You didn't mention that.
Yeah, I was definitely feeling that.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and anyway. I had brought a flashlight to help us on our way, and the batteries on the flashlight died on the way back. Yeah. While there was like this little creek that we had to cross, and they literally died while we were crossing the creek on these stepping stones that went up. So it was nuts.
So this is cruise adjacent, because you could, that Sydney's a port stop. You could be on a cruise and stop in Sydney, and you could actually do this. It takes a couple hours to get to the Blue Mountains, but you could literally, if you had an overnight in Sydney, you could do this.
Yeah, you'd have to have an overnight, obviously.
Because you'd have to go at night. Yeah.
And if you are planning on doing it, I would, if it's part of the cruise thing and you're not staying at Sydney long term, I would recommend maybe, get the tour and get the guy that actually has a 4-wheel drive that actually knows how to get there.
That takes all the adventure out of it.
It does, yeah.
I love the adventure.
Our story is really awesome.
And we made it. I maybe wouldn't like it so much if we got stuck or bitten by a snake or something like that. But anyway, let's get on to the subject of the day, which is, let's start with Norwegian Cruise Line.
Land sickness. Ouch. Next time, take a fly swatter.
Let's get on to Norwegian Cruise Line's $5 extra entree fee, sparking backlash. Have you guys heard that at NCL now, when you go to main dining, if you want to get 2 entrees, you got to pay $5 for it. It's 1 entree only. That is crazy. I think that's crazy. So, myself included, so many people go on cruises because one of the reasons, because you can go to main dining and you can be like, oh, both those things look so good, I want to get them both. And you don't have to necessarily eat it all. And I know that can be wasteful, and I understand that, but it's like,
or like on Carnival they have, and I'm sure on other lines too, but they have a salad that's called a main entree. It's like the main salad, and it's a huge salad. It's more than just like the appetizer salad, and a lot of times we'll get that and we'll split it. So and so now you.
That's true. We'll both get it. A lot of times we'll both get an entree, and then we will get another. One of us will order another entree that we just split between the two of us. I think a ton of people do that.
Yeah.
NCL, that sucks, man. It makes me not want to go on NCL.
Curtis' family just wanted to clarify that was a joke, but we knew that was a joke. So.
So as of October 2025, Norwegian Cruise Line's new policy charging $5 for any additional entree in main dining rooms has cruisers fuming on forums like Cruise Critic, calling it nickel and diming that erodes the all-inclusive vibe, especially after years of unlimited ordering. Absolutely. I'm sure that there's plenty of people out there that could care less about getting the second entree at main dining, but there are plenty of people that are going to miss that. So NCL, I don't know, and there's going to be a few more things that NCL has implemented that is probably going to rub people the wrong way, and they cancel cruises all the time.
Yeah.
In the cruise news, it's like every other day, it's like NCL canceled 11 cruises for 2026. And it's like people that booked those cruises had to take time off of work. They had to plan their vacation. They had to maybe book hotels, all this stuff. And so every time NCL cancels these cruises, probably thousands of people have to completely revamp their vacation plans.
Yeah. $5 is unacceptable. That's what you call greedy. I mean, honestly, yes, because it's like you're going on a cruise to try these things, and I understand putting a limit on it. If you don't have a limit on it, you have people that are going to order 6 or maybe every single entree and then have one bite and not eat it. So yeah, I get having some sort of limit, but saying that you can only have one, especially when it's a lot of times the portion sizes are not
small
ginormous.
Portions.
I mean,
absolutely, yeah.
And also, when the buffet a lot of times serves a similar thing, but you just want to go to main dining and get an actual fresh portion that's warm. It's like, okay, so you're saying I can eat as much as I want at the buffet, but not in the main dining? I mean, that's not really going to be curtailing food waste, because somebody's just going to go and load up in the buffet later.
Curtis' family just said next they'll charge you for your third buffet plate, and I know that was a joke. But I'm not even kidding. That might happen. They might start limiting buffet trips. Like
have you
2 trips only to the buffet.
Slide your car to go to the buffet or something. I mean,
it's getting really cheap on the cruise lines.
Yeah.
On NCL in particular.
Yeah.
So NCL's excuse for this, instead of just being honest with NCL and saying, we just want to make more money. We want that. We want more of the green stuff. They're saying it's food waste reduction. Or cost cutting. NCL justifies its $5 entree surcharge implemented in September 26, 2025 as a way to curb waste amid rising food costs. But passengers argue it's just another revenue stream, with some noting it contrasts sharply with the pre-2020 pampering like free tomahawk steaks at Cagney's. We've never experienced the free tomahawk steaks at Cagney's.
No.
But man, do I wish that.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, so many people, whenever this subject comes up, I think we hear so many comments like, oh, I remember back in the days when, it was like all you can eat shrimp buffet at all, or shrimp at the buffet at all times, or, the midnight buffet was this and that, and, lobster tail every night, or whatever the case is. And it just seems like every year cruise lines cut back.
They're taking away more stuff. Yep.
Yeah. But let's see. Sweet Life is here now too. So
Sweet Life.
Yeah. Good. We were worried that so we're doing it at this time because we're still managing to stay awake just barely. You're going to probably catch us both yawning.
Yeah, it's getting late where we are.
But we figured it was not too early, hopefully for folks back home. So and then we can still keep up with our Saturday instead of making you guys tune in on Friday.
Yes,
Saturday for us.
So welcome, regulars and non-regulars.
Yeah, and if you're new, subscribe. We do this every Saturday. Talk about a new subject every Saturday on cruising. So yeah.
Sweet Life, awesome. It was meant to be.
Yeah.
So let's move on with NCL. So their excuse is cutting down on food waste. That is BS, NCL, and you know it. Let's see. Carnival. Actually, let's stick with NCL, then go to Carnival. Room service limits on NCL ships. Have you guys heard about this garbage? October 2025 reports highlights that NCL is restricting room service to 1 hot and 1 cold item per person, plus a $4.95 to $9.95 delivery fee and 20% gratuities, frustrating loyal guests who see it as yet another cutback in the line's more at sea era. So yeah, you can get 1 hot item and 1 cold item. So hold
on a second though, because you were telling me about this earlier.
Yeah.
Is this for breakfast, or is this for any time?
This is for any time. Breakfast has its own restrictions.
Okay.
And so this is, so you can't order at room service, you pay your $4.95, whatever your fee is. You can't order an appetizer, a dinner, a dessert.
Yeah.
You can order two things.
Okay.
One hot, one cold.
And
you can't order, so you couldn't order 2 hot things or 2 cold things.
Yeah.
You have to get 1 hot, 1 cold. They're putting all these crazy restrictions. And then breakfast also is restricted. I think I probably have that on here somewhere, but we're not there yet. There's restrictions on the specific breakfast items that you can get as well. So NCL has, and there's more with NCL.
Sweet Life here actually just said, new policy: 1 French fry, 1 ice cube. So
I don't know if you guys have ever.
Pretty much.
I bet we the audience here. Have you guys ever seen the movie The Jerk with Steve Martin? It came out probably. I'm sure you've seen it.
Yeah, I've seen it.
It's actually one of my favorite movies. It's a hilarious movie. But at one point in The Jerk, Steve Martin is a carnival worker. And he's working at a stand where I think it's like throwing darts at the balloons or something like that. And you win a prize if you get a certain amount of darts. And the gag or the joke in The Jerk is, new phone books are here, is that if you win the game, the gag is there's a whole big wall of prizes, but Steve Martin narrows it down to, well, you can pick anything here. You can pick anything here as long as it's on this shelf within this area and then between these 2 lines. And so it ends up being you can literally pick 3 things: an eraser, a pencil sharpener, and a rubber duck. And there's giant bears and stuffed animals and everything surrounding it. So that's what I feel like they're doing. The cruise lines are doing with these restrictions. They're just narrowing down what you can get as far and what used to be you could get the good stuff. Anyway,
so Sweet Life clarifies the new phone books are here is a quote from The Jerk, and I have only seen that.
Oh my gosh, I should have gotten that. Thank you. That's funny. Yeah,
you were puzzled. I didn't get it.
The whole concept of the movie is that Steve Martin is excited because he feels like he's made it in life because he finds his name in print.
Oh, I do remember
in the phone book, and then it turns out that there's a serial killer or something out there that is randomly going through the phone book and with his finger and just points at a name, and that's who he decides to go after. And of course, it's Steve Martin's character in the movie. What a great movie! I haven't seen that movie in years. It's nice to think about it again. It's a classic. I have the I'm picking out a thermos for you song going through my head. Picking out a thermos. I won't sing it. All right. So let's see here. All right. You have something?
I want to talk about the popcorn thing.
All right. Well, I'll let you hit this.
Well, the whole idea of these topics, because we always brainstorm what we want to talk about beforehand, and we had been wrapping up our cruise. I think we were actually sitting there on disembarkation day, and I just was pointing out how many different things that the cruise lines charge for, but sometimes it seems like really random. Like you can get steak in the main dining room for free. It's not the best cut of steak, but it is steak. But on the other hand, they charge you for popcorn.
Yeah.
Like popcorn, which I think we talked about on a couple lives ago about the popcorn.
Yeah.
And somebody was mentioning that it's like 25 cents per kernel or something. So
yeah, that's right. Popcorn really makes a difference when you're watching a movie. It really enhances the experience. And when the smell is wafting through the air, you want to get some popcorn.
Want some popcorn.
So they know they're going to make their money on that popcorn.
Yeah.
And popcorn is they should include that.
Yeah, and apparently they did, and I know Princess still does include it.
Yeah.
But when Joe was doing the research for this, he found out that in May of 2025, Carnival jacked their prices up, and on some ships, I guess they charge as much as $7. I think we've seen it at
it's usually
like
$4,
$4.50, maybe something like that.
Yeah.
I haven't been on a ship where it's $7, but I remember also when we cruised on Disney Cruise Line, and this was, I don't know, a couple of years ago, but
they were charging.
They were charging for the popcorn, and they were tiny bags. I feel like they were extra small bags, but that line for the popcorn was like, it was so long, and people
making that popcorn money.
Yeah, it was like 45 minutes before the movie started. They started popping that popcorn, and people were standing in line for it.
I like this. It says Facebook rants in groups with 5,900 members who slam the charging for popcorn as stingy, since popcorn is cheap to produce and it can add. And this is legit. If you're a family and you like to go see the movies every night on the ship, it can add $28 to $49 per person on a week-long cruise. That's $50 in popcorn.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of money, honestly. So, and I don't know.
Yeah, and if you
maybe charge $1, $4. I mean, $1 is more reasonable. You still make it. If it's popcorn, you're still making money if you charge $1. Doesn't need to be.
And I feel like if the point of charging is to just make it so people don't, willy-nilly grab it and just, I don't know, feed the birds with it or whatever, make it a minimal charge. $1.
That just reminded me.
You're going to talk about the feeding the birds thing.
I am. On our Luminosa cruise we just got off of, you guys probably know that. We had a room, we had a balcony room that was right above the lifeboats. So like right out of our balcony, right below us was a lifeboat. And I noticed this before you noticed it, but we're sitting out there one night and all of a sudden something thumps down onto and it came, and I kind of saw it in the light. It was kind of dark out when this happened, and it came down and it thumped onto the lifeboat, and I looked down and somebody above us in a balcony was throwing bread. Like they were tearing up pieces of bread and throwing it down onto the lifeboat. Apparently to attract birds is the only thing I can think of. They did it on more than one occasion.
Yeah, they did it more than once. And I assume that it was to attract the birds. But guys, the birds that are out there, like maybe the seagulls would come, but if you're in the middle of the ocean, the birds like the albatross is not, they don't want bread. They want fish, and they're not going to eat the bread. And they didn't eat the bread.
The bread just sat there.
Yeah, and honestly, it's not good for the birds anyways, even the seagulls. It's like they're glucose.
No, and if you are going to do that, put the bread on your own balcony. Yeah. It's like the people above wouldn't even be able to see it, would they?
Yeah, I don't get that.
It was weird.
But the birds, they have celiac disease. Come on.
We don't want to mess with the birds.
Not even laughing at my jokes.
Celiac? I didn't get it.
They're gluten-free.
Oh.
They can't.
That one right over my head.
Sorry. But Sweet Life said, new menu, steak with a baked potato, $0. Steak with a side of popcorn is $35.
Yeah, right.
But if you order it and popped, it's half price. So. But yeah, exactly. The birds are on, if they attract birds to your balcony and then the birds, that's just going to be a mess. What if the bird flies into your stateroom? That would be, which has happened before.
That's happened. Have you guys ever seen that video? There's like a flock of birds.
Yeah.
It's happening. The yawns are coming. Sorry about that. Crazy videos of flocks of birds. I don't think that happens a lot.
No,
but
I thought it was because of a tropical storm or something.
Yeah, I think it was a storm that caused that to happen. Fortunately, that doesn't happen very often. But birds in your room is not a good thing.
Yeah, that would be terrifying, honestly.
All right, so let's go on to Carnival. Also ends 24/7 free ice cream. That is a travesty.
Yeah,
that's a travesty. And you were saying like, who wants ice cream at 1:30 in the morning? People that drink alcohol want ice cream.
Fair point.
They want pizza and ice cream to negate.
But they also
alcohol.
Ended the 24-hour pizza, so
they did. But the late night buffet has pizza. But
it's not 24 hours.
It's not 24 hours. No. So announced in June 2025. Carnival now limits complimentary soft serve from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Only 10.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I don't really understand that because it's like it's self-service, soft serve machines.
They're saying also claiming cost cutting. It's like, are they really losing a lot of money on people after 10 p.m. eating soft serve? I will say, I only have, when I'm on a Carnival cruise, I probably maybe have 2 cones on a week-long cruise. You might have maybe 4.
I maybe have a few more, but
I see some people eating cones nonstop.
And I know some people, it's like a tradition. They'll do something, and then after that they'll have their ice cream. Like, they always get it after lunch, or they go for a swim at 2 p.m. and then when they're on their way back to their cabin, they get a cone, or whatever. They have a tradition. So, to paraphrase the great Stephen Wright, you can get pizza and ice cream 24 hours, but not in a row.
Man, that's who sent that?
That was Sweet Life.
Sweet Life.
Yeah.
We have similar taste in comedy. I love some Stephen Wright. You know Stephen Wright?
I probably do, but I can't think of who he is right now.
He's the one that said, "I'm going to make a life-size map of the world." I love that.
Okay.
Because that would be impossible. Stephen Wright, man. All right, that's awesome. Anyway, so yeah, no more ice cream after 10 p.m. on a Carnival cruise. That is BS. What is going on in cruising? I mean, seriously, this is all these little things, and they claim like cost cutting, and I just don't see that it. Yeah. I mean, that can't be that much money for a cruise company, and it's something that people. It's like when you're at home, you don't go up at 1:30 and get soft. I mean, maybe some people do, but most people don't go get ice cream, and especially not soft serve at 1:30 in the morning. And on a cruise, you can do it. Yeah. If you want to, and that's why cruising's cool, is you get to do those things that you wish you could do at home.
Well, I think most people don't get soft serve at home. I mean, you have to go to
Dairy Queen
or McDonald's, or you have to have a soft serve machine. Yeah, you can't have it in your fridge or your freezer because it's made a particular way with that machine, like injecting air. I don't remember. I read about it once.
Who doesn't love some soft serve once in a while?
Yeah, it is like, okay, now you're on a cruise ship and you can get it when you want. You can serve yourself.
I actually vote, and we were talking about this on the cruise. I vote, open it up 24 hours again, and not only that, but let's get some toppings. Let's get a toppings bar to put on there. Let's get some hot fudge. Let's get some bowls so that we can
how much hot fudge costs?
Brownie chunks, some peanuts. Let's make these
peanut allergies.
Sure, there's liability with all these things, but I think let's increase the ice cream. I think MSC had all the toppings.
MSC had toppings, although it was not self-serve.
You had to go to a lady. Yeah.
I think it was only when the buffet was open.
They might have limited it.
Yeah, so I don't.
It was a popular spot. I remember that.
Yeah.
But you could be like, I want the nuts, I want the sprinkles, I want the brownie bites, I want the Butterfinger. That was nice.
Yeah. And I know some people on MSC will go and just have a bowl and say, don't give me ice cream, just give me these candies, which I think is kind of clever because, on Carnival, if you want candy like that, you've got to go to Cherry on Top and you pay, what is it, like $15 a pound or something? I don't remember.
Yeah, it's highway robbery.
So
what was our comment?
A topping bar for drunks. I suppose if that's who's eating the ice cream, that would be probably a disaster.
That would be comedy gold, is what that would be. That would be comedy gold. There would probably be more brawls somehow.
Yeah, well, I mean, who doesn't want a chicken tender on top of their ice cream?
So, all right, let's move on to
3 a.m. Can you top my soft serve with a slice of pizza and a beer? I bet you honestly that people, because some people will like take their soft serve and mix it with the lemonade. I'm sure people take their soft serve and mix it with their beer.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
somebody's saying,
grade 8 is here.
Grade 8. Hey, grade 8, really quick, we owe you a small apology. We mentioned
a call out. Yeah.
Not apology, a call out. That's much better. So grade 8, you might have seen this. You're definitely a regular. Yeah. You're a big part of our
lives,
community here. So we went through on one of our lives that we did recently.
Yeah.
We just kind of named all of our regulars.
Yeah.
And we forgot grade 8.
We were like, we forgot grade 8. How could we have forgotten
grade 8? We didn't really forget you. We just forgot you for a second there. Yeah. Your name just didn't come to mind. Grade 8, we love you.
Yep. So, grade 8 is great. Exactly.
So anyway, moving on. Beverage upcharges squeeze Carnival. Is that the?
Well, yes. Let's do that one.
Okay, beverage upcharges squeeze Carnival cruisers. July 2025 updates have Carnival charging $5.90, including gratuity, for once free items like tomato juice in the dining room, fueling passenger fury on Cruise Critic. Threads as lines push beverage packages to offset what feels like basic thirst profiteering. So that tomato juice,
I mean,
you want that tomato juice? It's going to be $5.90. I didn't actually, I was reading through this. I didn't know that. That's crazy. Did you know about that?
No, I didn't realize that. But I guess that must not have been a really widely broadcast because I remember they used to have certain juices and they probably just took some of the juices off. That they don't let you have that. Because I thought that they used to let you have cranberry juice too for free. And I don't think they do anymore.
Do you remember, I'm going to talk about so once again, I think we have probably an audience that's similar to age as us, maybe even a little bit older. So do you guys remember, or younger, but do you guys remember when you would go to a gas station when, 10, 20 years ago, and you'd go into the gas station, you just want something to drink, and you'd go in there and you would be able to get like a Coke or a Pepsi or maybe some orange juice, a V8, something like that. There's probably some V8 tomato juice on the shelf. And now when you go into a gas station to get something to drink, there's like 40 different energy drinks. And there's no V8. There's all these different energy drinks. There's still Coke and Pepsi. I mean that is but like you just can't get a V8 anymore. That tomato juice is like everybody's walking sideways. You know what I'm talking? You guys remember the commercial? Like if you don't get your V8, you walk sideways.
V8 is not as popular anymore, I would say.
It was never good, but
No,
you
I
drank
never
it.
really
You drank
cared
it.
it.
You drank it because it made you like walk straight and healthy.
Is that why I get land sickness? Because I don't drink enough V8?
Yeah, I mean, I miss the days of going to the gas station and they had Coke, Pepsi, and V8, and that was it. That's my gripe of the day. All right, so anyway.
I don't remember those days. So.
Emily's a little bit younger than me. So yeah, I didn't know that. Tomato juice is $5.90. I have never once ordered tomato juice, and I never will order tomato juice. So I'm not going to be affected by that rule change. You kids today. So yeah, NCL. Let's go back to NCL. So NCL has room service, one hot item, one cold item. They have $5 if you want to get 2 entrees, and then $5. I'm assuming every entree after.
Yeah.
And also the icing on the cake is NCL's private island, which is called Great Stirrup Cay. I've never been to Great Stirrup Cay. I wish I could say I have.
We waved at Great Stirrup Cay.
We saw Great Stirrup Cay. They now, if you have the More at Sea unlimited drink package, it will not work anymore.
And real quick, let's say hi to Kentucky Leisure.
Is here. We've got the gang.
Yeah.
Hey, gang. Is it tomato juice or is it Mrs. T drink mix? Nice. So, yeah, your drink. They followed the Carnival.
Yeah.
They followed the Carnival.
Carnival is the only major cruise line that used until now that would make you pay for drinks if you have a drink package. Doesn't matter if you're on the private island, you still have to pay for your own drinks. But now Norwegian is like, oh, that sounds like a good idea.
Well, that's just it. I have a short coming out that spells this out, but it's like Norwegian saw. So Royal Caribbean, I don't know if you guys saw this video recently, but Royal Caribbean CEO, I can't think of his name right now. He's at a seminar. He's up on stage and he's like, we want to, I'm paraphrasing, but he's like, basically, we want to change our loyalty program and do some changes. And then he said, but we saw what Carnival did and the entire crowd booed. When Carnival's name was brought up around the loyalty program. And so he said, what we're going to do is do everything we can to not do what Carnival did. And everybody cheered. That's really smart. Royal Caribbean's really smart. NCL's like, Carnival just pissed off all their customers by not having the drink package work at Celebration Key.
Yeah.
And
Norwegian was like, we're going to do better than that.
Let's do that.
We're going to piss people off even more.
Let's do the thing that everybody hated. Yeah. So what is going on with NCL? Anyway, yeah. So yeah, that is not cool, NCL. A whole bunch of, in my opinion, bad business moves. What's crazy though is cruising is so popular, and I understand
Yeah.
we know why. We all know why cruising is
Yeah.
great, but I think what cruise lines are realizing is like they're going to just keep doing this. They're going to keep making these changes that really put more money in their pocket, give the passengers less opportunity, and people are going to still cruise because it's fun.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, you'll have people that are willing to pay more for it. People that are like, okay, well, I want this, I'll pay for that, but I'm not going to pay for the other thing. And I don't know. It's just there is going to come a point if they keep doing this where people are going to say this isn't worth it anymore. I'm going to do this. You know, there's all inclusive resorts are out there, and they would be happy to regain dominance because they used to be a lot more popular, and then cruising has really surged. And now I don't remember the statistics, but cruising is like growing multiple times compared to all inclusive resorts. And you know, if cruise lines keep doing this kind of thing,
they're going to push people away.
Yeah,
it'll ebb and flow like things always do. But yeah, it's pretty crazy what's going on right now. And
but what I don't understand is at a private island, the whole point is that it's just like an extension of the cruise ship. So when they're taking the drink package away from their private island, it's like, well, it's no longer an extension of the cruise ship. So yeah.
So the next one we're going to talk about, and I hope, do you mind if I mention what Lalita Loca said about us starting the trend? Do you mind if I bring that up?
Bring that up.
So Princess and others boost auto gratuities. In August through October 2024, rolling into 2025 sailings, Princess raised suite gratuities to $19 a day amid industry-wide increases from fuel and amenity costs, with travel advisors noting mixed reactions as lines like Oceania plan full inclusions by January 2025. So what, I said that really poorly, I'm getting tired, but basically auto gratuities are going up. And
they've been going up.
They've been going up.
There's not any current
There's no news on
right
that.
now, but they've just gone up, and I think everybody knows we've seen them go up in the last year.
But I do just want to say, and this is, there's some much bigger cruise channels out there that I'm sure you guys know about, like Lalita Loca, who we both really like. Tony.
Yeah.
He was
and
like,
we'd be happy to be friends, FYI.
Well, and I'll explain that in a second. So I was perusing YouTube one day a few weeks ago, I guess like a month and a half ago now.
Yeah.
And I saw Lalita Loca was doing a live, and I just jumped in. I like his content, and I like his personality. Yeah. So I jumped in, and I just said hi on the chat, and a few things were said through the chat. But one of the things he said is that he started talking about the tipping auto gratuity debate, because Emily and I made a video. Emily starred in the video.
It was a joint effort.
It was all our videos are pretty much joint efforts. Yeah. But Emily kind of caused a big controversy. The videos got
I did not intend that.
250,000 views or something like that. And
I really don't want to go. Do you want me to read that, or
actually no?
Okay.
We'll come back to that in a second. let me finish this. I see that I'm like, grade 8 said something. I need to know what it is. Anyway, back to the story. So Lalita Loca, we're on his live, and he's interacting with us a little bit, just like we're doing with you guys right now. Yeah. And which was fun because anyway, he's like, Tony from Lalita Loca has seen Emily's and my video about taking off auto gratuities, and it caused a big stir up in the cruise community. Honestly, like a lot of people saw the success of our video, and they're making videos on the same subject, which is what happens in the world of YouTube. And because of that, tons of people are taking their own gratuities off. And so, but we say in the video, like, our big thing is tip. Yeah. Definitely do. We're not saying don't tip. Yeah. We're saying tip in cash. Yeah. Just because I don't even need to get into that whole concept.
Yeah. And if you're watching and you haven't watched those videos, if you're a new person, before you judge us, before you're like, I don't want to listen to these people, I'm going to unsubscribe immediately, Go watch the videos with
Yeah.
an open mind. That's all I ask.
There's
with an open mind.
Open mind, and read the comments. There's a great debate that happens in
Yeah.
the comments on those videos
Yeah.
that really spells things out. We still stand by our cash tipping policy. We like to hand cash. We just did it recently,
and everybody was quite happy with that.
Man, they were so thankful. Their whole personalities lit up. We're like, saw them getting the money that they earned by giving us such a great cruise experience. Man, I love the cash tips.
Yeah.
Anyway, the reason that I bring that up is that if cruise lines continue to increase the price of auto gratuities, like they're, all these other changes that they're making, they're just going to push more people away from auto gratuities.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just they're going to price themselves like out of it at some point. So anyway, that was
and people are, there honestly, I was doing like a little bit of analysis on the comments, and the majority of them are people in support. But of course, there's a highly outspoken percentage of people. I mean, I think it's like 68. It's like 2/3 in support and 1/3 commenting against it. But the comment against it, it's so many people are saying, "Oh, you're a cheapskate. If you can't afford the tips, don't cruise." Well, okay, I'm budgeting tips into my cruise, and I am paying cash tips to the crew. I don't think if the cruise line wants to say you need to pay this much, then they can say that by saying the cruise fare is this much. They have not made, the auto gratuities they're optional. That is how it works. It is not part of the cruise fare. And for them to say that you're required to pay this, and they're not even. Like, the cruise line is not saying you're required to pay it. They're just saying we highly encourage you to, so much that we're going to opt you into it. But you can opt out if you want. So for the cruise line to dictate like your generosity, to dictate your level of generosity, that just doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
So what if I want to tip more? What if I want to tip less? What if I want to tip different people? What if I, don't eat at main dining and only eat at the buffet, and I want to make sure that the pizza guy gets a super great tip? Because honestly, the pizza guy in the Luminosa was amazing.
That's a fact.
So, yeah.
Best pizza on a Carnival
and
cruise
we're
ship
gonna
ever.
retract because we said how much we dislike Carnival pizza, and the Luminosa pizza.
That's so
was,
funny. They totally,
so much better.
Totally proved me wrong.
Yeah.
It's ship to ship. I am retracting. The pizza on Carnival can be good. Can be really good.
It has. There is the ability.
There is the ability. All right. So.
But to go back, if we're done with that topic.
Do we have comments?
Well, Sweet Life said he remembers that actually. So
remembers what?
The live from Tony. It sounds like he
caught
that live too.
Oh, that's good. That's
awesome. And Kentucky Leisure said, I watched your video and I understand only the cruise line really knows where the money goes.
True that.
How can you get a cruise special that says all gratuities paid? Does that mean that everyone gets a small bonus at the end of the day? I mean, yeah, exactly. Like they say all gratuities are paid, but what does that really mean? I mean, who knows? Nobody knows what that really means. And yeah, Sweet Life says the Princess package includes non-removable gratuities, so not an option to pay only cash. I can give extra cash, which I do, but that's it. And when I have shipboard credit, it goes to cover tips. So yeah, I mean, the way that they're working these gratuities in and like saying they're including gratuities, I mean, it's an interesting thing. And if you consider from a different viewpoint than just, if you remove automatic gratuities, you're a bad person. I mean, take that mentality out of your mind, try to have a little bit of an open mind and consider a different perspective. And you might kind of see the shadows behind the scenes. Is that a way to say it?
Yeah.
But I also wanted to get back to the off-topic thing. Grade 8 said, I really don't want to go too off-topic, but is Carnival's newest resort the only thing offered at the port? For instance, is there any ship offered excursions as an alternative in their area? So in Celebration Key. I think you would know that.
I wish I did know that. That's a really good question, Grade 8.
Yeah.
I don't know. And sometimes in life, even when you wish you knew, you didn't know.
Yeah.
So, but what I always like to do in these situations is learn what the answer to that is, so we can come back with that answer next time. Grade 8, what's with the hard questions here?
Yeah. You know how late it is here? Oh, Sweet Life said they do offer excursions to the rest of the island. Okay.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
Learn something new.
Thank you, Sweet Life.
Thank you. Yeah.
Be our fact checker there.
Grade 8, is that because you have a cruise booked to Celebration Key and you want to opt to do something else?
I feel like
I hope so.
Yeah, I feel like Grade 8 said he's got 2 cruises, longer cruises coming up too.
Yeah.
If I'm remembering the correct person.
Yeah. So next subject.
Sure.
All right, I'm gonna see what's good here. Private island upgrades come with strings. We're going back to NCL. A Great Stirrup Cay revamp, new pier in late 2025, water park in 2026. Excludes drink packages from October announcements, mirroring trends where enhanced experiences like Carnival Celebration Key pair luxury with separate food and beverage tabs. So we just talked about this a little bit, but this is the concept of, and I don't know if NCL is actually coming out and saying this or not, but the bottom line is your drink money that they're now charging you, even though you bought the drink package, you have to buy a separate drink package.
Do you buy a separate drink package, or do you just pay a la carte?
You can pay a la carte, or you can buy a second.
They literally have a second
They literally
drink
are going to have a drink package for the private island.
Seriously.
Wow. So you got to buy 2 drink packages.
Well, wait a second. Can you just buy a drink package for the day you're at the private island?
I don't know the answer to that, but probably.
Okay, we need to find out, because that would be a great hack. Because then, if you buy the cruise drink package, then you're forced to buy it for the full length of the cruise, right? But you're only going to be at the private island one day, so you could buy a 1-day drink package, and that could be your day. Drink a whole bunch.
Hard for me to even understand.
And also, if they're going to be charging it for a drink package, then they should be charging you 1 less day on your cruise long drink package.
But the great points that you're making.
Just
but
saying.
The philosophical question here is would you rather them not do $150 million upgrades on their island and get free drinks included in your drink package? Or do you not mind paying $12, $15 a drink? And all that money, is going to go, some is going to go in the pockets of the CEOs, but some of it's going to go into putting new amenities into Great Stirrup Cay.
Well, I mean, Norwegian is already on the high end.
The right answer to that is that neither
fans.
of those are good, and that there's C. Option C is that the cruise line just uses their massive profits.
Yeah.
And still honors the drink package on the island. In my opinion, that's from the standpoint of me. If I was the CEO of Norwegian, I'd be like, I want to make a lot of money, so I'd be trying to come up with these ideas too. But I don't know, man. It's like, when you set a standard for your cruise line where you get, all the entrees that you want at main dining, your drink package works at the private island, all these things, you have the standard set, you're used to it. You've gone on these cruises before. You love that product. You love the fact that you feel like you're getting a really good deal. And then they're constantly just hitting you with these things that you really liked about cruising and just taking them away.
Yeah. And so often it's in the fine print, like the entree thing. It was just like suddenly it just appears in the fine print. Oh, it's going to be
on the menu, on the dinner menu.
So it's not like they tell people in advance. Like, so you booked your cruise 6 months ago, and you had actually gone on 4 new Norwegian cruises previously, and you knew you could order extra entrees, and then you get to your cruise, and suddenly they're like, oh no, it's going to cost you more. Yeah. It's like that. So it's kind of a slap in the face. And then the same thing with removing the tomato juice. I'm sure that what happened was it just disappeared from the list of free beverages that you could get. Yeah. I'm sure they never said, oh, by the way, we're not going to do this anymore. It just disappears.
It does.
So it just leaves you thinking, did I imagine things? Or, and that's why people go on forums to complain, I think, to find out if they were going crazy. But yeah. Anyways, but to catch up with our comments here, let's see. Oh, Grade 8 says no cruises here for the near future. Home life is complicated, much like the tipping video. Okay, sorry. I thought that I heard that you were. Must have been somebody else, though. So it makes sense that they are charging for the other stuff. And then Sweet Life says NCL hasn't announced the new packages yet, or whether they'll offer a package that also works on Great Stirrup, or if it'll be totally separate. So, yeah, it sounds like they're waiting to find out exactly how much pushback they're gonna get, and do like a carnival where they suddenly change things.
I did read, and I don't mean to contradict, but I did read, and I guess you can't believe everything that you read on the internet, but I did read that there is definitively going to be a package for the island. I guess, like I say, I don't remember my source on that. So
okay, so but they just haven't. Who knows if they've solidified it yet?
Yeah.
And this doesn't take effect right away, does it?
No, I can't remember all the exact dates, but all these different things that they're doing, the entrees, the room service, and the drink one take place at different times, and
but the entree thing is already happening, right?
I believe that one is already in effect, and the NCL's private island upgrades. Where is it? It doesn't really matter.
Oh, so but. And then Kentucky Leisure wants to make sure we're staying awake here, so just barely.
just barely.
I think we've got a little bit left.
Yeah, we got a few minutes left, but then it's going to be sleepy time.
Going to sleep for sure. And then Grade 8 says, my point of view is that if the cruise line takes you to an exclusive area, the food and drink should transfer. If it's not exclusive, other options available, they have the right to charge. So yeah, I mean that makes sense, because if you're going somewhere and you can choose from a bunch of different vendors, then okay, sure. But if you're going there and they're like, if you want a drink, you have to buy it here and we control that place. Well, I mean that's like a monopoly, right? I mean, yeah. So
what does Sweet Life just say?
I just booked one for November on the Royal Princess, 4 weeks from today.
Oh, cool. Have fun. Yeah. That's awesome.
And he wonders, is it 2:55 a.m. there? No, it's 9:30. So
yeah, we are. We talked about this in the beginning a little bit, but we just got off, as you guys probably remember, a 3-week-long cruise on the Luminosa. We got dropped off in Australia. We are now in Sri Lanka. So no complaints. We're having the time of our lives, but the time
zones have been
difference is getting us a little bit. We are tired because in Australia
it was a 5-hour
jump
from Australia to Sri Lanka,
and that was like 3 days ago.
Yeah, and we just we just haven't adjusted. We've just been waking up super early, and like Joe mentioned, also there's some call to prayers going on outside of our window here, and that's also I think they must have a dawn call to prayer, because it's woken me up just as the light starts to come.
The light starts to come, and then there's the roosters. The roosters crowing.
Yeah, that happens too. So
it's super, guys. Sri Lanka's super cool. I just want to talk about it because it's so cool. I wish I could show you. But
I wish it was light outside.
We have an insanely awesome view of Sri Lanka from the balcony in this room. I really wish I could show you guys.
Yeah, it's really cool because we're not right on the coast here, but it's about 5 minutes away. It's like a mile away.
Yeah.
And from our view here, from our apartment that we've got, you can actually see the ocean. And which I guess we've been on a cruise for so long, so we were seeing the ocean then too. But seeing the ocean over the village the town is pretty cool. And
absolutely.
Just a fun experience.
Absolutely. So let's get in at least one more here. So passenger pushback shapes future policies. Viral October 2025 Reddit and cruise critic backlash to NCL's entree and room service fees has lines responding. Example, clarifying exemptions for returns, hinting that vocal cruisers could temper the pay more for less trend heading into 2026 sailings. So I'm having a hard time understanding what I just read, but I'm pretty sure that's saying if we keep fighting the good fight, making videos, going on Cruise Critic, complaining enough, that we are going to make a difference. Our voice of the passenger will actually make a difference. Emily certainly made a difference in what we both did in the auto gratuities world. So yeah, I mean, that's a true thing. It's like, if we're really not happy about these kinds of changes, we should just go ahead and keep talking about it. And pressures from cruisers
caused Princess to restore specialty coffee to the Plus package.
That
that's
is
true.
so true. That was it's a few months ago.
And
exactly.
Also the pressure from cruisers had Carnival revamp. I mean, not necessarily for the better for a lot of people, but they revamped their loyalty program. Yeah. I mean, at least the Diamond people are happier now.
Yeah, exactly.
And anybody that was close to Diamond, honestly, when Carnival did that, it was just it was like kind of an underhanded money grab, in my opinion, because it was just like, okay, you don't like our policy, well, why don't you book more cruises on us, and then the policy will be different for you.
It was funny being on the Luminosa recently, and on a couple of occasions,
there were several people that brought it up.
There was people bringing it up, and we'd be sitting in the hot tub with a couple people, and we'd be like, how about that Carnival loyalty program? And we're on a Carnival ship, and we're kind of bitching about the Carnival loyalty program, and but there's one person that's like, I'm a Diamond forever now, and then there's somebody that we're Platinum, grumbling about it. It's just kind of funny to do that. And then you remember
those two ladies that they're like, oh, well, we've got a blue card, but we got to go to the Diamond lunch.
That's a great story.
Those ladies, they were so cool. Do you want to tell the story?
Sure. We were in the hot tub with a couple Australian ladies, and they were blue card. They were first cruise,
no,
second cruise. Yeah. They were blue card holders.
Their second Carnival cruise, not their second cruise ever. Yeah.
They were definitely cruisers, and they was it embarkation day? Did they?
Yeah,
say?
it was embarkation.
They got on. Day. So they're literally second time cruisers on Carnival. They got on the elevator on embarkation day, and just happened to get on the elevator and start chatting with somebody on the elevator. And apparently, they had such charming personalities. The people on the elevator who were Diamonds said, hey, do you guys want to come to the Diamond dinner with us? And so they got an invite.
Got a free invite. It's like an invite plus one, I guess, is what you
get. We're Platinum. We've been on a lot of Carnival cruises, and we've never been to the Diamond dinner. And these wonderful ladies just happened to be at the right place at the right time. Ended up going to 2 Diamond dinners, I believe they said.
Yeah, they said that they were there at the first one as guests. And then the maitre d' came around saying, okay, well, we're going to do another one of these. Put your name on the list. And they said, oh, well, we're not Diamond. And I didn't really quite get it. Somebody said to them, oh, that's no problem. We like you. Come back. It's just
pays to have that kind of personality, I guess.
They were really,
they were nice ladies.
Good. They had good personalities. I think they deserved it. So, but it was just kind of funny because we were there, and then there was another, I think there was another guy he was there at the same time. Anyway, we're all like, we've never been. That's not. We're Platinum. We're never going to go to the Diamond lunch.
What does Sweet Life just say? I think I agree with that.
Chatting in an elevator. The rule is silence, no eye contact, and face forward.
You know what's funny is sometimes that's the rule, and then sometimes you just kind of catch a vibe from a person that it's like, I kind of want to talk to this person. Yeah. So I think it's just, but I totally like. If it's the wrong person, that is exactly the strategy. Absolutely.
Elevator conversations can be, I don't know, those ladies got lucky for sure, but we've also had some where they've been awkward or just downright like, let's get off on this floor, even though it's not ours.
Yeah.
So
things you wish didn't happen.
But too many loyal customers is every business's dream, but somehow Carnival decided that sucked. Yep. And then Grade 8 said, yes, Carnival did the Jedi mind trick on them. People booked more cruises to attain Diamond. Isn't that exactly what their new reward program does? Spend more money to attain a level. That's exactly it.
I wonder if they planned that all along, Grade 8. Yeah.
Do you think that it's possible? I wouldn't put them past them.
That would be some 3D chess because they have to factor in how pissed off people were about them. But who knows?
What level of pissed off do we do that will make them actually grateful to book a cruise later? So,
anyway.
But yeah, are we in for bedtime?
I think it is bedtime for Emily and I. Hey guys, this was great. This was a good one. It was nice to have solid internet. The crew was here. This is the time to do it.
Yeah.
This is the time to do it. We'll see you guys next Saturday. What I'm taking away from this this live is I got to rewatch The Jerk. Steve Martin, classic Steve Martin. That's what I need in my life. I need to catch a Stephen Wright comedy special because so Matt, I'll give you more money. Anyway, I need to get my sleep back on track here in Sri Lanka. So guys, it has been great. We'll see you all again
if
not sooner.
Same time next week, and maybe we'll do another spontaneous one. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Take care, guys.
Bye.